Does height matter? That's a question you might have asked the last girl you were talking to right before she ghosted you. But hey, let's not reopen old wounds. Instead, let's talk about Beyblade. Right now, the meta is flooded with 60 height ratchets, which got me thinking, does having a lower center of gravity always make your combo better? So I put that theory to the test by building the ultimate smash attack combo, Tyranno Beat 480.
And she's like, ooh, so close.
Rush, which much to my surprise, that extra height completely changed a solid combo and transformed it into a competitive titan. Let's break it down. Let's discuss my blade choice, Tyranno Beat. I chose it because of its incredibly complex and effective shape. Tyranno is actually a hyperbolic parabola.
I am the smartest man on
A free surface that curves upwards in one direction and downward in the perpendicular direction. The shape isn't just cool to look at, it has a very real purpose. The sloped and uneven surface area of a hyperbolic paraboloid redirects energy away from the center of the blade and outward towards its opponent. This means Tyranno takes less damage and preserves more of its own rotational kinetic energy, all while disrupting the spin of the opposing bay. This uneven energy distribution creates what's called a non-uniform moment of inertia. Basically, Tyranno is hitting harder than it's being hit, and when you combine that with the fact Tyranno Beat has a gap in its design before its largest and heaviest contact points, you get something even more powerful. The spacing gives it extra room to dig into your opponent during the moment of impact to send your opponent flying. Put all of that together, Tyranno Beat becomes the perfect blade for the ultimate smash attack combo. Let's talk about my ratchet choice, 480. You may be thinking, Ender, why would you choose a 4 ratchet? Well, it all comes down to a concept known as synergy. Synergy is when you take two independent forces and when you combine them, you get a greater output than you possibly could have gone separately. In Beyblade, that means an alignment gimmick. For example, think of Drum Buster with 160. When you combine these 2 points, there's an increased attack output. It's the same thing for Tyranno Beat. With 4, you concentrate weight on these 2 contact points and these 2 contact points. It creates a well-balanced combo that can also hit harder, so you have improved stamina and stability with your spin retention and increased attack output. And then by choosing an 80 height, we're now taller than all other meta combos, which typically use a 60 height. So we're going to abuse this height gimmick by striking down onto our opponents to crash them into the stadium floor, to destabilize them, or send them out of the stadium. This is a perfect place to put to the test if 80 heights have a place in the meta. Now let's talk about one of the most important and underrated decisions in this build, the bit. A lot of people would have instinctively picked level for a smash attack combo. But I went with Rush. Why? Because something called moment of inertia, a physics concept that plays a major role in how your Beyblade moves and maintains its speed. Moment of inertia is basically an object's resistance to changes in its rotations. In Beyblade terms, it's how difficult it is for your combo to start losing spin once it's already moving. The formula looks something like this: I equals m times r squared, where m equals mass in kilograms, r equals radius in meters, and I equals moment of inertia, which is kg times m to the second power. Both of these numbers are incredibly small, but Rush's inertia is less than half of Level's, meaning its resistance to changes in rotation is far less, giving it better acceleration and increased stamina throughout the duration of the match. But here's the kicker. Rush has a narrow tip, which reduces surface friction with the stadium. That gives you longer spin retention, while also allowing you to build up more power on the extreme line due to a 10-teeth gear ratio, resulting in more torque. Level just can't match this in this setup. Now, some of you may say this is an oversimplification of a complex physics formula, and they'd be right, but I'd argue that simplifying these concepts is what allows us to turn theory into performance, and clearly the results speak for themselves. Okay guys, this is the final combo, Tyranno Beat 480 Rush. In order to properly represent how strong this combo is, we're going to be battling against 5 different meta combos. First phase is 6 points is the winner. We have Phoenix Wing 760 Rush, Nightmail 960 Free Ball, Phoenix Wing 770 Point, Wizard Rod 960 Ball, and Dronzer S 960 Low Flat. If you're interested in any of the bays that you see in this video, or any Beyblades for the matter, check out Bays and Bricks at baysandbricks.com. Use code EnderX all caps for 7% off your order. Thank you to Bays and Bricks for sponsoring the channel, and let's get started with the battles. First up is Wizard Rod 960 Ball. We're going to be using the non-paint version of Tyranno Beat because I don't want to ruin my paint job. First battle, we're going to go shoot. That is a final score of 2-7. Tyranno beats the winner. Moving on. Next up is Nightmail 960 Free Ball. First battle, we're going to shoot. Oh my god. Okay, well that is Tyranno with an extreme finish on Nightmail. That's final score of 8-3. Tyranno moves on. Next up is Phoenix Wing 760 Rush. First battle. On Phoenix Wing. That is a final score of 2-8. Tyranno Beat is the winner. Moving on. Next up, we're going against the channel champion, Dronzer S 960 Low Flat. First battle, okay, that's Tyranno Beat with a spin finish. Current score of 3-2. Next battle, shoot. That happened really quick. Pretty sure that was an extreme finish. Okay, it's now current score of 3-5. Tyranno Beat is in the lead. I may be wrong, but it seemed to have been contact. It just happened so quick. Next battle. Shoot. Okay, that's Tyranno Beat with a KO finish. A final score of... That's Tyranno Beat with a KO finish. That is a final score of 3-7. Okay, Tyranno Beat's the winner. As you guys just saw, Tyranno Beat 480 Rush absolutely dominated all 5 meta combos we threw it against. I'd honestly rate this combo a 9.8 out of 10. It struggles a little bit against heavy-hitting attack types like Phoenix Wing 760 Rush, but overall it has enough stamina and channel. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of it. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified every time I upload, and check out my last video where I used an over 13-year-old